Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned into the Real Psychic Investigators, and we are going to go ahead and get into another psychic investigation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you for all of the listeners that interact with me. I've not gotten any new public subscription notifications since Jen joined. Again, shout out to you, Jen H, Jen. Okay. What would be considered Jen H in history? Jen H would be considered what? Probably 1600s or something. What would Jen H be? Those born sometime in the 1600s, something maybe older than that. But investigators, as always, private eyes, okay, CIA agents, DEA agents, police officers, medical examiners, judges, okay, welcome in. We did have yesterday new information that came out in regards to Lavina Lynn Johnson, okay, and a most likely non-commissioned officer that is ranks E1. E1 officer ranks are O1 and up, okay, enlisted and non-commissioned officer ranks in the U.S. Army are E1 to E9, okay. Two of those ranks have, or no, three of those ranks have two different, I don't know what you would call them, two different authorities. One is administrative. So in the senior NCO, non-commissioned officer ranks, you have an E8. And an E8 can be a first sergeant, who is someone who's in command. And it can also be a master sergeant, who is someone who is not in command. They have an administrative role, okay? They could work in S1, S2, S3, They could work in payroll, or, they have some type of job where they are not in command of other soldiers, okay? And again, male or female, okay? And then the other rank is E9. Oh no, there's a lower enlisted rank too, which I'll share. But there's E9, okay? So E8 is master sergeant, first sergeant. E9 is sergeant major or command sergeant major, okay? So you can be a sergeant major or in an administrative role, or a command sergeant major and be in charge of a battalion or brigade, okay? You can be the command sergeant major of the Army, okay? There's been a few of those. I remember Command Sergeant Major of the Army McKinney, who was a screw up. He fucked up. And then there was Command Sergeant Major Kidd, okay? I think Command Sergeant Major Kidd took over maybe a year after I went into the military, okay? But yeah, Command Sergeant Major McKenna was, that was a major screw up. Again, that name, again, investigators, as I mentioned the names, okay? So we have Kidd in play. We have Jason Kidd, NBA point guard, okay? One of the top NBA assist leaders in history, right? Great passer, okay? Great assister, right? Dishing out those assists. We also have Kid Rock, okay? Okay, the one song that I remember about Kid Rock is Cowboy. Cowboy, baby, with the top rolled down in the street, shining cowboy, something like that. All right, so thank you so much. I'll grab another sip of some coffee here. And my tiger's eye. Okay. And just utilize crystals every day. Every day I utilize crystals. I woke up today for synchronicity. Before we get into the reading, I woke up today first at 5 o'clock when I looked at the clock, and then at 7:43. So 5:77. Okay, it's 5:15 on the video timer. Current time, I'll check in a moment. Current time is 8:37. Okay, 8:37, investigators. So you could be looking at someone who's born on November 11th or someone who's born on 7/11. The assassinated CEO of Health America, Brian Thompson, he was born on 7/10. I remember these things just because it's just the way I don't know, that's just how I'm built. I remember numbers. Also, I had a dream in regards to some numbers, and we're talking to someone about numbers, accounting. That's coming back to me. I didn't remember that dream, but I had during the night, I definitely had interactions with someone in regards to accounting of some sort. And I told the person in the dream that the previous 13 years I'd been an accountant for 13 years, or in that industry, which I had been. Okay. So investigators, 2009 to 2023. Okay, 2010, 2023 could be significant for you. My first tax season as a tax preparer, tax filer, was 2010. Okay, we're starting off with messages. I'm really excited to get back into this reading. I am going to get back into posting here once a day. Okay, could be something about doing something once a week that needs to be done more often. That could be exercising. Okay. I just woke up and I haven't been to the gym yet, but I will be going. Okay, for sure. We're also going to go ahead and pull some karmic lifestyle cards. Okay, Divine, thank you so much for this day. Thank you so much. As the flowers, I'm looking at the ancestor flowers. Although the leaves are green, the actual flowers are still looking rather plush. Okay. There's another minister in South Carolina who's been busted for sex trafficking, okay, or sexual assaults. Another minister in South Carolina who's been busted for more sexual assaults on children, or for sexual assaults on children. Okay? Let me pull some tarot. Will County, I'm looking at in the stack. Autumn, Will County, we are in autumn season in the northern hemisphere. We are in autumn season. Okay? So we have several tarot out here, so this is definitely going to be a longer reading. The internet is back up to speed, so something's back up to speed. Yesterday we got sluggish energy, we got the Hanged Man, okay? So today, investigators, and they could also deal with the government shutdown in the U.S., right? That slows things down, okay? I hope they do not shaft active duty military personnel on getting their checks. I hope they don't do that, okay? Again, the VA director, whoever Hagseth or whatever, he cannot be trusted. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. He's a deceiver. He just can't be. He's not someone to be trusted. And it's unfortunate that President Trump trusts him with the care of military and military veterans and their services. That's unfortunate. But we all have our journey, okay? We all have our journey. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get everything put into the stack, and then we'll get going again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all that you do. And in fact, I'm going to shuffle these just so we can get a good mix up in here between the tarot and everything, and so we don't have all the tarot at once, etc. All right. So today is Sunday. Actually, today is Sunday. Um, on the other channel, Esoteric Guidance, we are currently going through the ancient book of Jubilees. If you are interested in ancient canonical texts and what is beyond the Bible, what happened to Adam and Eve after the garden, if you're interested in the true story about Yeshua and their birth, if you're interested in the truth about uh, the real fall of man and the Anunnaki and Nephilim and it not being sin in the way that the Bible simplistically states it. If you're really interested in the truth, we share a lot of canonical text on that channel. Again, Extraterrestrial Earth or Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel is the name of that channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and have shaman on the top of the deck. Some of you could resonate with some type of shaman ancestry or energy. Okay. But yeah, getting back to getting readings out. A reading once a day on this channel is the goal. Okay. I've been enjoying Danang and yeah, really been on a type of vacation myself, which is what I was guided to do. So, and that could be indications for what's going on in your life. You could be getting ready for a vacation, or you could be watching this and you're on vacation. If so, then I really appreciate your time if you're on vacation watching this. All right? Because surely on your vacation, there are a lot of other things to do. Okay. We have a hybrid, the old Prius. That card comes out a lot. Okay, so someone who is trying to be young. So I was watching a movie yesterday, and I've seen it before, but for some reason, Divine, I don't know, guided me to watch it again, or at least brought the title back to me again. And it was the only movie that I could find on YouTube with the title. So, okay, and it's called The Great Divide. Okay, so we're gonna look up those actors, investigators. We're gonna look up those actors for synchronicity, who starred in that movie. But in that movie, one of the women in that movie is initially dating a young guy, right? A guy who's like close to half her age, okay? And again, to be honest, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if both of them are happy and both of them are genuinely for one another and their energy is a match and it's written, why is that an issue? You know what I'm saying? Now, I can understand, and yes, it is illegal if they're 30 and she's 15. We're not talking about R. Kelly, okay? We're not talking about that. We're talking about someone who's 50 and the other person's 30. Okay, so someone who's 60 and the other person's 45 or something like that. We're talking about those type. A mature individual who's able to make choices on their own legally. You know, we're talking about those type situations. Okay, consenting adults. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. So in that movie, yeah, she was dating someone who was about half her age initially. Okay, but they broke up, and again, we'll take a look at it. So this is the first one out. This is the first card out. Okay, so someone is acting younger than what they really are, or they're immature. But I get, right, that someone's still trying to run the streets. You can run the streets with your thugs. I'll be waiting for you until you get through. I'll be waiting. You can run the streets with your thugs. That's Tupac. YouTube employees do witchcraft against creators on their platforms. Investigators. Okay. Who's going to help bring about these lawsuits against YouTube? YouTube employees do witchcraft against other creators or against creators on their platform. So how bizarre is that? I invite you into my company to use my products, but I poison the product. Okay, so let's say I sell milkshakes. Okay, so I sell milkshakes. You could be picking up a milkshake container out of the trash as evidence investigators. So let's say I sell milkshakes. Ray Kroc. Okay, again, Ray Kroc started out selling milkshakes. I sell milkshakes. Okay, before going to the McDonald brothers and taking over. That's what he did. He sold milkshakes. Okay, and so I sell milkshakes, but I poison the milkshakes. Okay, so I advertise the most delicious, thick, wonderful, amazing milkshakes ever, but I poison the milkshakes. Why would I do that? Okay, that's YouTube. And yes, I'm using their platform. That's YouTube. Okay, because in their policies, it certainly should state, or it's certainly implied, that we will not do evil against you if we invite you onto our platform to use our tools, okay, to get your information out, sell your products, whatever it is. I'm also not going to manipulate, contaminate your business. I'm not going to do that. But YouTube has gone against that and allowed I say YouTube, but their employees have gone against that. So there will be lawsuits against YouTube. There's already been lawsuits against Google and one other I can't recall at this point. Google is a $425.7 million lawsuit against 94 million users. YouTube, you could be next. Okay? Okay? There's something about a divine appointment. Okay? So what is a divine appointment? And before I forget, we're going to look up the actors in that movie. So what is a divine appointment? A divine appointment is something that is fated, and we do have the Wheel of Fortune out here somewhere in one of these slots here in the stack. Okay. So we're going to look up the stars of the Great Divide. Who are the stars of the movie The Great Divide? There's evidently something else called The Great Divide. Okay. Investigators released in 2012. Okay, so 2012. So we're talking 13 years ago. Okay. Talking 13 years ago. Okay, cast. Tachina Arnold, okay, plays Tasha Landry. Pay attention, investigators. Darwin DeWitt Henson, who typically plays more positive roles, okay, more uplifting and encouraging roles. He was a bit of a pessimist in that movie. Okay, so there could be someone who's typically positive, but they're an optimistic, or they're now pessimistic. There could something like that. Investigators Collective. Okay, you could be looking at someone. I thought you were, but you're, okay, or why are you right now? Someone could be in that energy. Okay, so in that movie he was a pessimist. Okay, we have Richard T. Jones. Okay, oh, by the way, Darren's name in the movie is Randy Landry. Randy Landry. Tom Landry. Dallas Cowboys. Dallas, Texas. Richard T. Nelson played Jeff Dawson. Jeffrey Dawson. Andre Dawson. Okay? He had him and Ken Griffey Jr. to me have two of the sweetest swings in baseball. And I've never really been a huge baseball fan. We went to White Sox games when we were in Chicago because Kevin the Warlock liked baseball. Okay, and he played baseball on teams as a kid growing up. Okay, but Jeffrey Dawson, Andre Dawson. Okay, Dawson's Creek. Could be something about a creek. Okay, Golden Brooks. The name Golden comes out here sometimes. Golden, and so does Brooke. Yeah. Okay. So Golden Brooks, if her name comes out, we'll definitely take a look at her information if it comes out in the cards. Okay, she played Kimberly Dawson. Okay, next we have Roxy Diaz. Okay, so we saw the name Roxanne yesterday, so now we have Roxy Diaz, who played Evelyn Vasquez. Okay, Roxy Diaz, Evelyn Vasquez. Okay, next we have Jalen Mack, who played Liz Simmons. Lizbeth. I know someone whose name is Lizbeth, not Elizabeth, just Lizbeth. Confirmation, Lizbeth. Okay, and in fact, it's Lisbeth Ellen Rose, and then her last name. Okay, which I won't share. Jayla Mack, so Liz and Simmons, Elizabeth Simmons, investigators. Okay. Tisha Jimenez. Okay, there's a golfer, Jimenez, male on a senior tour. Okay, Jimenez, very popular and very good. Okay, he wins regularly. Gabriela Perez, okay, is a character name. And then we have Victoria Galen. And Victoria's name, or on the in the movie, is Andrew O'Neill. Okay? So, I'll just show you the cover. Okay? Okay, so there's the movie The Great Divide. Okay? Again, Tachina's name comes out all of the time. Okay? And again, to me, that means nothing more than celebrity energy. Okay, this is just celebrity energy. I'm going to turn the AC on here. Just celebrity energy. Okay, but a divine appointment. Okay. All right. Someone's still trying to act young. Okay, so in that movie, Roxy Diaz was the one who was dating the gentleman who was still in college. Okay. And she brought him to this party that they were having. And I'm not going to ruin the whole movie for you, but yeah. Okay, he ended up leaving without her, and she ended up staying. So right. So that's one part of the movie. Next, we have Houston. Okay. Hello, Justice League. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a cure. Houston, there is no problem. Okay. Someone could be looking at you like you're an enigma, collective. Okay. Like you're an enigma. You even see the way that's written. It's all, right? Just unusual. I said we have the fate, Wheel of Fortune out here, and we do. Okay? So we have Wheel of Fortune. Excuse me. So we have Wheel of Fortune confirmation, Bert, on Enigma, throat chakra. Okay? I did meditation on the throat chakra to remove any and all blockages before I started this video. Okay, I'm serious about my work. Okay? I'm just getting like Erykah Badu energy. I'm serious about my work. I got like Erykah Badu, like, I'm serious about my, did she say that in a song or something? I'm serious about my shit. I'm serious about my work. Something very interesting. Okay? There's a father doing witchcraft against someone who's watching this video. Okay, there's a father doing, or a father figure. Okay, it could be a minister. Okay, who's doing witchcraft against somebody who's in this energy currently. Okay, someone should have left already. Okay, so again, I remind you, collective investigators, you already know this. Okay, from your experience. The most dangerous time is the moment you decide to leave. Again, don't tell them, don't say anything, just ghost, just leave. Do not let anybody know. Don't post anything on social media. I wouldn't even tell my kids because kids talk. I wouldn't even tell them. Pick them up from school and just get out of town. Don't even tell anybody. Don't even tell anybody. Your job wondering where you are, call them the next day on your cell phone and just tell them you had to leave. You had to quit. Don't even tell anybody. Don't tell anybody where you left, where you went to. That's what I did. I just popped smoke. They didn't know where I was going. Okay? Too many cats. Okay? So too many cats could be someone who, it could be something about a feral cat, but there's, too many cats could be someone who is a, what do you call it? Someone who cares for stray cats. Yeah, or something like that. I can't think of what that is, but yeah, okay? Or there's something about a bunch of women, okay? Coven of women, okay? That is on one side. Oh, man, come on now. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? So there's a cult coven of women who lick on each other, okay? Gabriel, Isaac, Anthony, Caleb, investigators. Okay? And we have the Queen of Wands. Okay? So we have the Queen of Wands. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Who is this, divine? I'm going to ask. Who is this, divine? Can we get some names at some point in this reading about who this is specifically in the energy? Like who, for the investigations, okay, and for the collective, can we get some names on who these cat-licking cats are? Can we get some names on these during this reading, please? Thank you. Okay. Oh, we have two on the same slot. So someone's stumbling and bumbling over their words. But, okay. There's a strong Russian presence here because of history. Okay. So, but there's something about a Russian cartel investigators. Okay. In Vietnam, there's a strong Russian presence. Okay. Because of history. But there's a Russian cartel. On the two cards are revealing there's a conflict and a King of Cups. Okay. So we have, okay, these names, Ziegler, Ziggy, Zorana, Zoshelin. What is Zoshelin? Right. Zigzag. Okay. Investigators. Somebody could be giving you the runner. Right. Giving you the runner. Again, that's witchcraft. Okay. Poisoned your child. Okay. So this could be someone who is in a leadership position or someone who is highly intuitive. Okay. This could be a minister. This could be a male or female, okay? Someone who considers them a part of the clergy or someone who boasts themselves as a truth teller, okay? Who poisoned your child, confirmation. Who poisoned your child, okay? You hear the rooster, okay? So investigators, there's a child that's been poisoned, okay? Hopefully all of those victims are still with us today to testify. Hopefully. Okay. We have the name Theodore, Theodore. Okay. Or it could be something about the odor. Okay. The odor of something. The odor of somebody's cat. The odor of someone's wand. Okay. The odor of someone's crotch. The odor. Okay. On the broken down bed. Okay. Something about heart disease. Someone's dealing with those things, whether they know it or not. Okay, they could be someone who's reluctant to go to the hospital because they do not want their deeds to be known. Confirmation. I just got a notification up there from Lozado. Confirmation. Okay, look at the initials, investigators. B-A, A-B, O-B, B-O, Bo Jackson, B-D, P-B, B-P, B-P gas station. Okay, somebody could work at a convenience store. Gas station. Something could go down at a gas station in Houston. Okay, or something did go down at a gas station. I'm looking at California, so There we go. Okay, what's the card behind it? Because I picked it up. Okay, local police are hiding some information. Look at the initials again, investigators. Okay. So this broke down bed definitely speaks to the odor of a crotch or a cooch. Okay, a cock or a cooch. Speaking of a rooster, right? There we go. For the cock crows 3 times, they will deny divine white light. Okay, looking at a weather event, it is the rainy season here in Vietnam. I was deprived of feminine touch. Okay, this comes out, or came out last reading, of feminine touch as a child in my life to feel safe and nurtured. I no longer am afraid of this, and I'm ready to embrace it. Okay, this happens because of a spiritual cleanse. Okay, any type of elevation happens because you are doing the spiritual work. So if you want to ascend, if you want to awaken, investigators, I can't say collective is awaken. So new listeners, religious people, if you want to awaken and you want to ascend, you don't get there by reading more scripture in your Bible between Genesis and Revelation. You don't get there that way. You get there by spiritual cleansing. Okay? That's how you get there. Okay. Pizza today. Someone could be having pizza today. Okay. I've enjoyed 2 pizzas since I've been here. Okay. I ordered through Grab, which is Uber Eats essentially here in Vietnam. Okay. So a vomiting Cupid. So someone is lovesick. They miss you. They miss your love. They miss your compassion. They realize you were the one for them, but they fucked it up. You were the one for them, but they fucked it up. Amusement park. You could have gone to the amusement park with someone. Or, investigators, there's something going down at an amusement park. Okay? In California. California has several amusement parks. Okay? And I only mention that because those are the places that, in Houston, Texas, those are the places that have come out today. Okay? We wrestle not against flesh and blood. Okay? As we look out over things, investigators, take a look. Okay? You, again, I encourage you to meditate on your cases before you step out. Okay? Each and every day, meditate on your cases. Okay? And if you want more high vibrational energy, before you do that, okay, you can go ahead and stimulate your third eye and your crown. Go ahead and take your first 2 fingers here, index and middle finger, I guess they call them. Okay. Confirmation. 30 seconds here, firm on the third eye, okay, and 30 seconds here, firm on the crown. Okay, 6th and 7th chakras. Okay, and then meditate on your cases. Okay, and focus on your crown and focus on your third eye. Okay, all right. Wrestle not against flesh and blood. On the other side, oh, Uber Lyft driver. I was just talking about Grab, so there we go. There's something about an Uber or Lyft driver, investigators. Okay? Those are electronic records. Okay? GPSs, cell towers, all around. Okay? Cell towers all around. LA. Magic moon. Okay? Moon magic. Okay? Right? A magic moon is a truth. Okay? That is Kansu. Okay? That is the deity Kansu. Like Ra is the sun, Kansu is the moon. Khonsu. Okay? But someone's been doing moon magic. So, investigators, do your return to senders. Collective, you already know, do your return to senders. Okay. And or return to wherever you would like to send that energy. Okay. We have LA, these initials, Al, La, Al Bundy, Al Roker. Let's look up Al Roker's information. Al Roker. He's on, what is he on, Today's Show, something? Al Roker. We know that several years back he lost quite a bit of weight. I don't know how he did it, if he did it through surgery or if he did it through health means, through healthy choices. Okay, surgery is not a healthy choice. Okay, investigators, full name Albert Lincoln Roker Jr. 8/20/54, so he's 71. New York City, State University of New York at Oswego. Okay, journalist, television personality, weather. Okay, active since 1974 to present in those roles. Spouses, investigators, Mary Puglisi, married 1976, and it just says divorced. Alice, not Alex. So I said Alex. Okay. So Alice Bell. Okay. Married 1984, divorced, doesn't have a date. And then Deborah Roberts, who he married in 1995, looks to be still married. Okay. Relatives, Roxy Roker. Okay, so that's the second Roxy out here. We have Roxy Diaz and Roxy Roker. Okay, and also Roxy Roker, first name, last name, same initial. Okay, Lenny Kravitz. Okay, so if he's married, oh yeah, that makes sense, because Roxy Roker is Lenny's mother, right? Roxy Roker, yeah, from the Jeffersons. Yeah, from the Jeffersons. Yeah, I knew that, right? Okay, so this is Lenny Kravitz's mama. Okay, right? Lenny Kravitz is Lenny Kravitz is great. Okay, yeah, right? And Joe Kravitz. Okay, so Al Roker. Okay, Albert Roker. Okay, there were a lot of synchronicities in there. So Roxanne, that name is significant here today. Okay, Arquette, Annette, Arson, Anderson came out the other day looking at Flounder, Florida, Flores. This is a Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So the Nine of Pentacles represents independent abundance. Whatever you have today, you've built yourself. Okay? There could be help coming in. So once you get to the Ten of Pentacles collective, okay? Once you get to the Ten of Pentacles, once the investigators bring you this information, once the whatevers, subpoenas, arrests, whatever happens, once that happens, the judgment is made in the 3D. Once that happens, then you receive the other pentacle. You become the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you resonate with this Nine of Pentacles energy. Okay, you've done everything that you could and you've done well with what you've had. Now, you could be waiting on a team. You could be, any of that. Okay, now you need a team of individuals. You need an assistant. You need a whatever. Okay, all right. Okay, someone's lying about their death. Okay. Lying about their death. Okay. I asked Most High to reveal to us names of those who were involved in the cat-on-cat action. And yeah, so we have a consistency with names out here. I just want to remind us of that. Confirmation. On the other side of the troll, okay, so there's someone who's a troll who's lying about their death. They lied to take your place, collective. Investigators, someone tried to destiny swap. Destiny swapping needs to be made illegal in the 3D. It needs to be made a legal law to, or made illegal to destiny swap with someone. President Trump, leaders all around the world, make spiritual destiny swapping, witchcraft, make it illegal legally and put terms behind it. 10 years. Okay? At a minimum, 5 years if you do witchcraft against someone to try to destiny swap with them. 10 years. Max, 5 years minimum. Okay? Okay? The ones who murder and kill, they asses should be gone on immediately. If we did that, okay? If we did that, then we'd have more room for the lesser crimes in the jail cell system. Okay? It is a system. Something's a sticky situation. When you lie about a death and it's discovered, that is a sticky situation. Okay? It's getting kind of hectic. It's getting kind of hectic. It's getting kind of hectic. Quality. I possess, some say I'm fresh, some don't suit the rest. Oh, the I am holy. Something. Right? What in the Sam Hill? Okay, so Troy could be saying this, okay, or something about the country of Troy. Okay, let's read up. Let's find out about the country of Troy. Facts about the country of Troy. Okay, we have some browsing history. Pictures of clowns. Okay, how to kill a noisy brother. Okay, so someone is trying to keep the truth silent. Okay, it could be a sister. Okay, you could be a sister of someone who they are trying to silence from speaking the truth. Okay. Something about discount MP4 rifle. Investigators, we're talking about browsing history. Okay. Brewing coffee. Okay. Am I a MILF? Okay. So again, search history for someone. Troy was an ancient city. Troy was an ancient city in modern-day Turkey, famous as the legendary location of the Trojan War, though it was not a country. Today, it is a UNESCO World Heritage archaeological site with 9 layers of ruins, the highest being from the Roman period and the lowest from the earlier Bronze Age around 3000 BCE. Archaeological evidence points to a major destruction around 1200 BC, likely caused by fire, but the legendary war's details remain a subject of debate. The ancient city of Troy. Okay? So, 3000, 1200, that is a 4. Okay? Just FYI. Or a 40. Somebody could drink 40s. Drink 40. OD. Somebody drink 40s. Coke 45. Billy D. Marie. Okay, investigators, take a look at the name. Okay, message. I'm starting to feel more confident in my own power and in my own decisions, and I can see clearly what actions I need to take. Again, Marie. Okay. Andre, Drew, Andrew, any of that could be significant as well, investigators. I was hired by your family to kill you, but I fell in love instead. Keep revealing the truth, divine. Okay? I was hired by your family to kill you, but I fell in love instead. So, hit man, hit woman energy. Okay? Someone who was sent in to poison you. Okay, we saw poisoned your child. Okay? But you could be the child that they tried to poison. Okay? You could be that child. On the moon is revealing, again, cheap cigars. Okay. All right, yep. So we have cheap cigars and someone's name who starts with a Y. Okay. Yvette, Ivanka, Yandi. Could be something about someone who works at a dealership or did. Sells cars. Ivanka. Joel. Okay, we have a demonic spouse that's all about sex. Okay, a demonic spouse, whether you are still married to them or not, collective investigators, whether you are still married to them or not, because again, you have private lives. Okay, so demonic spouse, okay, past or present. Okay, again, this came out yesterday too. All they want is sex though. So this is on the tower. So something's falling, collapsing, falling apart. Okay. I kept delaying leaving my comfort zone of bad habits, but now all has fallen apart and I'm forced to face my pain in a rough way. Okay. So someone's having to deal with karma right now. Okay. This name, investigators, collective. Okay. Someone's a poster, poser. Okay. Someone could often be like this. Okay. They wear a collar, right? And unhealthy, right? They drink a lot of milkshakes. I said milkshakes, so that's significant. I said it earlier, using it as an example. Okay. So there you. So how many times has this name come out now? Okay. So it's significant, investigators. Temperance, Sagittarian energy. I am now able to maintain a calm reaction under stressful events. Each day I feel closer to you and ready to start a healthy relationship. Okay, temperance. I said I woke up the second time at 7:43 this morning. That's a 14. There's a 14. 7-7. Again, someone could be birthed on 7-7. Someone's at a crossroads. Whoever's being busted is at a crossroads. Okay. Wow, more confirmation about the hitman, hit woman. Okay. 5 of Pentacles, because that's the energy that they're in right now, because they're at the crossroads. Okay, meet me at the crossroads. What am I going to do? What am I going to say? How am I going to correct this? How am I going to fix my name? Now that my reputation is ruined, what am I going to do once this is made public on social media, on news, local, national, whatever? Okay? I said undiagnosed illness or someone who refuses to go to the doctor. Okay? So, and we have Victoria. Victoria was one of the actresses. Let's look up her information. Her name is Victoria Galen. Confirmation. Victoria Galen. Let's look up her information. Actress Victoria Galen. Okay. Okay, again, she played in that movie, The Great Divide. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, Victor, Victoria, Victory. Okay, and there's a surprise. So this is a victory. Look at that. So this is a victory. Let me show you all of this at one time. So this is a victory ascending now. Look at that. Victory ascending now. Someone could have tried to do something to your car, collective, or did. Investigators, you could find this out. tracking devices, what have you, again, with the Uber driver. Okay? Somebody could have done something to an Uber driver's vehicle and tried to have them have an accident, their car malfunction or what have you, while they're out delivering whatever it is that they're doing, trying to earn an honest living. Okay? So let's take a look. So Victoria Gale. I didn't see a Wikipedia on her, but that's typically where I get information. Okay, she's been in a few things, it looks like. Okay. Devious Maids, TV series Killer Post. The Retirement Party, 2011. Last Breath, All Over Again. Okay. Southern Heart. Okay. But yeah, here's 3 different pictures of her. So, yeah, I couldn't find much of anything on her as far as her birthday is, right? So that is her, more recent picture, most likely. Okay, this is her in The Great Divide. She played a pregnant woman who gave birth to twins. So there's something about twins. Okay, and there she is. Okay, Victoria Galen, right? Arkansas. Okay, Arkansas. Little Rock, Bentonville, Arkansas, where Walmart is headquartered. I mentioned Ray Kroc. So 2 of the biggest entities in the world, McDonald's and Walmart. Okay? Someone's in this energy here. Take a look at the names, investigators. Any of these individuals could be in Arkansas, from Arkansas. Reggie, Reginald, Regina, Reggie. I think I said Reggie twice. Okay, but Reginald. Okay. There could be a Reginald, Arkansas. Somebody could go by Gina or Reg. Okay. Ooh, someone's initials are RH or HR. Okay. Or there's something about HR. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely something about HR. Okay. Or RH initials. Okay. I see YouTube will be sued for stealing money. And it's not split by a card. Okay. But I'm looking at it. YouTube will be sued. Okay. So confirmation on the very first card that came out, or at least one of them. Yeah, here we go. Look. Okay, so YouTube, get your checkbook ready. Okay, get your checkbook ready. You're probably going to need more than one checkbook. Order more checks, YouTube. Order some more checks. Because... I feel like there's a card that slipped down. I guess not. Okay. All right, so next we have, I feel comfort and joy in your presence, and I feel appreciated for all of my hard work. It's so easy to relax when I'm with you. Okay, so someone had this feeling about you, collective, or investigators. Okay, they could feel so comfortable. They're like, yep, I can finally tell the investigators the truth. This is an investigator I can trust. This is an investigator that I can confide in. This is an investigator. Okay, something about Bosnia-Herzegovina. Confirmation. Bosnia-Herzegovina. Lincoln, second time Lincoln. Okay, we'll look up Abe's information. Okay. Also, the Lincoln lawyer, we'll look up that information with Matthew McConaughey and I forget. I like the roles. If I'm thinking of the same, I may be thinking of A Time to Kill, because Matthew McConaughey played an attorney in that one too. But we'll see. Lincoln, Lori, Lee, Lawrence, investigators. Okay, take a look. Could be spelled any number of ways. So we already saw Lincoln earlier today. Okay, so let's take a look at Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. We know he was the 16th president of the United States of America. We'll see what else. Looking at a confirmation in Mississippi. Okay, so Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was 16th president of the United States, serving from 1861 until his assassination in 1865. Just 4 years. An assassination. I spoke about Brian Thompson earlier. He was born on 7/10, I believe. Okay? Okay. So born 2/12/09 in Kentucky. 2/12/09 Kentucky. 1809, by the way. And 4/15/65. Okay? So 2/12, 2/12, and 4/4. Okay, April 4th, 15th could be a 4. Can break down to a 4. National Union Party, children Robert Todd Lincoln, William Wallace Lincoln, Tad Lincoln, Edward Baker Lincoln. Any of those names, investigators? Okay. Vice President, Andrew Johnson at the time. Okay. Hannibal Hamlin. I've never even heard of that name. Okay. Spouse, Mary Todd. We had Marie out here. So Marie Todd Lincoln. All of that is significant. Illinois, of course, is associated with Abraham Lincoln. Okay. All right. Emancipation Proclamation. The Emancipation of Mimi. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's about. What is the Emancipation of Mimi about? The Emancipation of Mimi was Carrie's most expensive album, to the point that according to Fox News, it signified her creative freedom, as she had been oppressed by the expectations of record executives in the past. The Emancipation, Mariah Carey. The Emancipation of Mimi. It was her 10th album, so there's something about a 10. It's 58, 50, 35 up there. Oh, Mariah Carey. Okay. So Mississippi. Okay. On the King of Cups. I feel grounded. Return to sender. Return to sender. Return to sender. Throat blockage. Or nasal something. I don't deal with allergies. I feel grounded in my emotions, and I want to hold you. I'm not letting other things or people bring us down. I'm here for you. Okay? King of Cups energy. Okay? Mississippi. This person could be in Mississippi. You are a generational curse breaker collective. Investigators, take a look. I haven't stuck one on the forehead in a minute. You are a generational curse breaker. When you tell the truth, you are a generational curse breaker. So tell the truth. Shame the devil, shame your department, shame the undercover lying cops, shame the fake informant, whatever it is. Okay? Because these are confirmations. We're going to go ahead and get a couple of random cards. think we're doing really good on the time. Thank you so much, Divine. We've had Roxanne's name out here a lot. Roxy, Roxanne, someone's Spanish speaker, right? Josie, Pennsylvania. Okay, someone faked their death. Okay. Okay, something about a Gen Y, someone fled overseas. That is okay. There's a warrant out for their arrest, so they are, okay, investigators. You might want to look overseas, okay? Bosnia-Herzegovina came out. You might want to look overseas. Croatia comes out from time to time. Something about a cataclysmic event and an Aries, okay? All right. So April 21st, 2nd to, no, March 21st, 2nd or something to April 19th or something, Aries. Okay, let's take a look. Aries birth date. March 21st, April 19th. Okay, March 21st to April 19th. Okay, cataclysmic event of grand proportions, whatever grand proportions are. Stagnation, okay? False or fake employees and co-workers, okay? We have YouTube out here, came out twice. There are some specific information about YouTube today, okay, in this reading. Okay, a letter came to a house that was hidden from someone. A letter came to a house that was hidden from someone or being hidden from someone. Okay. And we have Will County. I'm looking at Will County again. Your fallen twin or soulmate is dying of karmic illness. Okay, collective. You may get this news. You may not. You may find out years later because you don't trace them, track them. Okay, you're not trying to find out what they're doing, where they're going. You're not trying to find out any of that. Okay? Someone could have thought they were a spiritual scientist and they decided to doctor on you. Again, I talked about destiny swapping, right? Okay? And again, even with law enforcement, people propagate themselves as law enforcement all the time. All the time. To do devious things. Okay? To kidnap people. They do it all the time. Okay? Get fake lights put on their vehicles. All sorts of things. Fake sirens. Or they're real sirens, but they use them falsely. Okay. Next. Okay, weather modifications. Okay, there's something about weather modification. They do that. They do it. They do it. When I say they, the elite, they do it. Okay. Bilderberg group, they do it. Okay. The police are lying to the community. So we have local police are lying or hiding something. And then we have the police are lying to the community. So somewhere in the world, there is a police. Let's look up something. Because this is something here that, again, for me, it needs to change in the justice system. Okay? Or if you want it to be a justice system, it's a legal system. If you want it, Denver, Aurora, George, Hank, okay? Could be truth speakers, okay? Or those are locations, okay? So of where the police are lying to individuals are at. Why are police officers legally allowed to lie? Police are legally allowed to lie to suspects during interrogations as a tactic to get information. Why is it illegal for me to lie to police, but police can legally lie to me? Let's go ahead and find out. Police are allowed to lie to you. Again, a lot of this comes from watching TV. People think that if you ask an undercover cop if he's a cop, he has to tell you. That's no, okay. No. Okay, no answer there. Okay. And this is something that I'm really, really curious about. So if you have an answer to this question, why are police legally allowed to lie to you? If you have an answer to this, police officers, law enforcement, investigators, why are you legally allowed to lie to me, but I can't lie to you, or I shouldn't lie to you? Okay? Why is that? So, in the legal, this is how you know it's a legal system, investigators, collective. This is how you know, world. This is how you know. One can lie to you. God can't lie to you. God is not like, divine source is not like, I can lie to you, but you can't lie to me. Divine source is only the truth. So how is it that a justice system, as they call it, how is it that a justice system, which is a lie again, I have to say that every time. Why is it that that system allows for lies when divine doesn't allow for lies? So how is it justice? You place justice eye to eye with divine source. You place justice eye to eye with divine source, with truth. Justice is truth. If you place these things eye to eye with one another on the same level, how is it that on the 3D I can lie, but spiritually lying is deception and witchcraft? How is that the same justice? How is that the same? If justice is spiritual over here and justice over here in the natural, one allows lies and one doesn't. How is that? It's not the same. It's not the same. Okay? So someone in the comment section, answer this for me. Why are police allowed, legal, whoever, allowed to lie to you, but you can't lie to them? And is it okay if they lie to you? Okay? I don't feel as though anyone investigating anything ever concerning me would ever need to lie in order to get the truth out. Again, okay, you don't, confirmation with the horn honk. You don't have to lie, okay, to get someone to tell you the truth. I've never had to lie to somebody to get them to tell me the truth. If they didn't tell me the truth, somehow, some way, I found out. Intuitively, dreams, spiritual downloads, what have you, through meditation, whatever, I found out. So I don't need to lie to someone in order to get them to tell me the truth. Again, please answer that question for me in the comment section. The question of the day is, why are police officers legally allowed to lie to you and I cannot lie to them, or you cannot lie to them, or should not? Why is that? Why is there a double standard here in the 3D, but there's not in the spiritual sense? Divine was not like Yeshua, Jesus, you can lie. You can lie to any motherfucker you want. You can just lie to them. You can lie to them. They can't lie to you, Jesus, but you can lie to them. Why didn't they do that? Why is that? Answer that question for me. That is burning. Okay? Answer that question for me, somebody. You can see that's a hot button. Answer that question. Why are some individuals in certain roles on this earth, you are giving them a legal ticket to lie? Why would you do that, system? Why would you say it's okay to lie to someone? What occupations in the world say it's legally okay to lie? Other than police officers, which other occupations allow you to lie legally? Occupations like lawyers, actors, and therapists may require or permit deception, while professions focused on protecting information, such as cybersecurity analysts and private investigators, can involve legally sanctioned dishonesty. Legally sanctioned dishonesty. What the fuck is that? For example, a lawyer may use a strategic deception in court. An actor lies as a performance. What is legally sanctioned dishonesty? Again, this is weird to me. Sanctioned dishonesty refers to dishonest acts that are formally punished through established rules and penalties, such as those in academic or legal systems. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay? Something supersonic. Start a journal. Okay? Start a journal because there are government cults. Start a journal because there are government cults. Again, investigators, I encourage you to have a journal for each of your cases. And this is your own personal work. Okay? This is not information you submit. But this is your own personal. So you have a dream about one of your cases. You have a journal or notebook specifically for that case. It's not part of the official case file. But you write these dreams down because your ancestors and Most High are showing you things. Okay? So, thank you so much as always for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and get a couple of confirmation. It is 1/11/29. Okay? Ooh, that's 11/11. 1/11/29. Those are our ones. Okay? So we have the devil. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant. And this was in reverse. I turned it around. And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so we have the devil. We're going to put these cards in the deck and see what comes out here real quick. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so this is energy that is not meant for your good. Okay, investigators, collective. Okay, this is a brash. I just got brash energy. Okay, what does it mean to be brash? To be brash means to be confident and bold in a rude, aggressive, or disrespectful way, or to be overly showy and tasteless. Okay? You know whose energy I got? I mentioned her the other day, and it's nothing against her. Okay? Again, there's nothing against her. Sabrina Adolfo. Okay? She is a YouTube golfer. Okay? Sabrina Adolfo. She is a brash individual, okay? Or, yeah, often is. That's the spirit that she walks in today. Sabrina Adolfo. Because she's a YouTube golfer, you're not going to find any much information on her. Oh, maybe. Yeah, no. Okay. But she has that type of energy, okay? Somebody's a dumb biatch, okay? Keep believing. Collective Hierophant. We have drinks. Truth Speaker again came out. I saw it earlier. I didn't show it, but it came out. Heart protection. Okay. So that could be physical. We saw coronary disease. So heart protection. Green vegetables for your heart. Okay. Green vegetables for your heart chakra. Green vegetables for your heart. That's why doctors say that. Green vegetables help your heart. Okay. Fruits that correlate with your chakras are important. You see these I call them chakras. You see this hanging up here? Okay? Chakras. Root chakra. Okay? Heart chakra, green. Okay? Right here, we're looking at the crown chakra with the clear, and your sacral chakra here, right here, with the orange. Okay? Chakras. Okay? This was hanging in here when I arrived. Okay? Okay? So there could be something also about an invite for drinks. Okay, could be something about that as well. But you are a Hierophant. You have wisdom. Again, these investigators, you are getting intuitive downloads. That's why you need to start a journal, okay, pertaining to your cases. Also, when you meditate, okay, When you wake up, before you go out onto the, before you hit the pavement, okay, go into the office, whatever, travel to speak with that victim or that perpetrator. You write it down, okay, put it on paper. Okay, that's a song by Al Green and Natasha something. Who sang the song with Al Green, Put It on Paper? Spring. Ann Nesby and Al Green. Ann Nesby and Al Green. Okay? We saw LA out here. I said Al, so there we go. Green. Okay? Grass wasn't greener on the other side. It was spray painted or fake. But somebody went anyway. Okay? Something happening in the springtime. So we have autumn, spring. I heard eclipse. Something about Wycliffe. Wake, Wade, Davidson, Wilson, Wayne, investigators. Take a look at the information on the card. Okay? And we have the devil. Okay? So investigators. Here we go. Could be Wayne Wilson, Wayne Wade, Dwayne Wade. Okay, we've looked up his information before. Okay? Davidson. Tommy Davidson. I'm getting Bernice Davidson. Okay? So again, thank you so much as always for tuning in. My name is Nehru. This is the Real Psychic Investigators, where we are investigating true crimes that are happening all over the world, not just here not just there in the United States, okay? But everywhere, in every corner, in every place. We are investigating. We will not cease. It is a legal system. It is not a justice system. And that is one thing that we seek to change here in the 3D. Lightworkers, Starseeds, Collective, Galactic Council. Thank you so much, Council of Light. Do your return to senders, investigators, okay? Because they do witchcraft on you. Someone thinks you're sexy. Too sexy for my whatever. Nonprofit fraud. Again, minister in South Carolina. Sex whatever, Arizona. Okay? Vivian. Extraterrestrial being. I am. You might be. Okay? New wheels or a new vehicle collective you could be getting. Investigators. Eric, Irwin, Aaron. Take a look. Thank you so much as always for tuning in, and be encouraged.